Greetings. Hello, everyone. It's me, Empress Oracle. So, I decided to do something new. So, welcome to A Shift in Perspective with Empress Oracle. Now, as usual, on behalf of Starseed Galactic Federation, I've been given access to this knowledgeable information from my Akashic Records for the purpose of helping humanity. This information has been given directly to me as a divine channel, and any use and or reproduction without the proper acknowledgement or accreditation from where it was received will result in instant karma for the plagiarizing parties and or individuals. And so it is. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about, the first shift of perspective that we're going to delve into is going to be based off of the Pavlov's dog's theories. Now, I'm sure a lot of you who are from North America have probably heard of Pavlov's dog's theory at some point within your schooling, probably elementary to middle school. And if not, it's okay, because I'm just going to clarify exactly what that theory is for you before we delve any deeper. So, Pavlov was a scientist who observed, I think he was a scientist, yeah, who observed that dogs naturally salivated when presented with food, which is an unconditional stimulus. Okay? Just like humans. When we get hungry, we smell some good food, we start salivating, our mouths start watering, like, damn. Okay? So, however, repeated pairing with a neutral stimulus, such as a bell, the dogs began to associate the bell with the arrival of food and would in turn salivate. This was called the classical conditioning theory, that says that behaviors are learned by connecting a neutral stimulus, such as a bell, with a positive stimulus, such as food. Now, the reason why I brought this up is because society and social media has conditioned us in a similar theory, such as Pavlov's theory, whether we realize it or not. And that's to have certain responses, automatic responses to certain stimulus. However, what they've done is they have attached certain negative connotations to certain stimulus that people would naturally take to, that people are naturally drawn or attracted to. And those actually could be considered positive stimuli, the things that they're drawn to. And I have some examples for you. For one, attractiveness. Attractiveness automatically induces positive stimulus responses in people. However, society has attached a negative connotation to people who invest more than others in their self-care and their self-love, which in turn aids them in looking more attractive. A lot of people feel as though attractiveness and people who, tend to be more of the metrosexual for the men who really invest in their personal care. A lot of people like to attach negative connotations, saying, okay, they're vain, they think they're all that, they think they're better than everybody, they think they're conceited, when really they're just pouring into themselves. They're loving themselves, they're taking care of themselves. And you have to understand that self-love, pouring into yourself, that aids in attracting positive things to you. However, because so many people don't take the time to pour into themselves appropriately, they feel as though people who do, are conceited or feel a certain way or hold themselves to a higher regard than everybody else, which is not true. It is not true. That just means that that person knows that self-love is the best love, and that person cares about themselves. So therefore they pour and invest more time. And instead of, thinking that way about somebody, instead you should say, hey, if you do like it, because a lot of times people attach negative connotations to attractive people also too, because they feel as though they can't pour the same into themselves. When maybe if you just ask that person, like, hey, I like your hair, where did you get it? Oh, your skin looks so good, what did you do? You can do that also. Each one teach one, instead of automatically assuming that because somebody is attractive that they're going to have a poor attitude or you're going to be received in an ill manner. Don't do that. All right? That is preconditioned in us from society, from them always having attractive people to be cast as villains, to be cast as, the miscreants, the derelicts, Why? Just because somebody's attractive does not mean they're a bad person. We have to retrain ourselves. Okay? Another example, tattoos are used as a form of creative self-expression and are also used in various cultures to establish certain traditions and tribal ranking. Yet society has attached enough negative stimulus to this ancient tradition of self-expression to the point where people automatically assume that if somebody is covered in tattoos, that they are the misfits, derelicts, and delinquents of society. And that also is false. And I will tell you from personal experience, I am heavily tattooed, but I am also highly educated. I did graduate from college with a 3.5 GPA. That doesn't make me less than a person. That doesn't make me stupid because I decided to express myself creatively on my skin. Because I chose to decorate my temple does not make me less than, does not mean that I'm stupid. It's all about your perception. By birth, I am an artist. I am a creative. Don't judge me by what's on my skin. Judge me by who I am. Okay. The mental conditioning has stigmatized our nation into having a lot of our future leaders, healers, and creators to believe that they are inadequate to affect positive change on society due to the way that they look. And we have to stop doing that. Never judge a book by its cover. We should know by now. Look around. Look at the people that we have in politics. A lot of them look white collar as fuck. Grimy as hell. Once that closet door get open and them skeletons start coming out, a whole mess. Lily white, pure skin, like a baby's bottom, untouched. It means nothing. It means nothing. Okay? It is up to us as a whole to recondition ourselves and society about these negative and false beliefs. The best way to do that is to positively embrace all self-expression and remove the negative connotations and bias. It's very important, guys. We need to realize that we are living in the year 2024. Evolution is a thing. Everything is progressing except for our mental state. Everything is progressing except for the way that we are perceiving things. You have to realize a lot of things that we thought were normal, a lot of things that we thought were safe were just illusions. It is time for us to think outside of the box and not be afraid to express ourselves, because that will raise the vibration and it will boost the morale around the world. A lot of people are walking around depressed and feeling like they're in a box, feeling like they're being smothered and suppressed and held down by society because they are afraid to pursue their dreams, because they're afraid of the judgment that they will receive because of the way that they choose to physically express themselves. And that in itself is causing a blockage. It is time for us to be above the influence, to be above what people think, and to express ourselves appropriately, because that's why we're here. Okay? It's time for us to shift our perspective. Hopefully, I was able to use Pavlov's dogs as a good example so that you guys can further understand a lot of our responses to certain visual stimuli that people do, that people express, is not even our own natural organic reactions. That's what we've been trained to think about certain people, certain looks, certain forms of self-expression. And it's time for you, the best way for you to know what's good and what works for you is how it makes you feel. Okay? If it makes you feel good and it's not crack or meth or any crazy shit, what's wrong with it? If you're not hurting anybody, express yourself. We need more of that. It's time to get out that mental prison. I hope you guys enjoyed this message. I love you all, and I'll be back.